Here we go, Supnek taking on JF MMA. JF in the blue trunks and Soup in the camo.
Supnek actually claims to have a win streak at 220, which is insane if that is an accurate count of his win streak. From local here to the EA studios, he's in Ocala. Whoa, big shot
and
there.
He's already on top here trying to finish this fight very early on. Supnek in control here.
You know, that's JF coming into this fight beat up.
I think JF was beat up in the back before the fight, and it slowed him down going into this. But he fights back with a big shot of his own.
JF coming out.
Supnek is out. He's gone. He's out just like that. He is gone. What a victory by JF MMA.
What a shocking turnaround from JF MMA. Takes out Preston's pick that won the whole entire tournament in round one.
That was a spite victory. I doubted him. Preston doubted him. He didn't doubt himself. And he comes away with a knockout win.
You couldn't have seen that finish coming from 2 miles away. Wow, JFMA just coming with those high kicks, and Supnek
the winner
goes down like a ton of bricks.
What a win by JF. The man was in trouble, looked like he was about to be finished off, but immediately gets back on his feet, lands some lightning kicks, and knocks out Supnek cold.
What a shocking way to start this portion of the broadcast tonight, and this portion of this tournament. Rise to greatness. JF takes out Supnek. Wow.
That did not take long at all. Just look at the numbers. I mean, you're talking about a guy that only landed 2 strikes. 2 strikes.
It was the 2 strikes that were the knockout
He was in trouble. Looked like he was going to be finished off. Feeling the ground and pound. Survives, get back up, and lands 2 huge shots. 1 punch, 1 kick. That's all he needed.
We saw it years ago in the Pride tournament when Kevin Randleman knocked out Mirko Krokop. Where do we go from here? JF MMA, is he real? Can he win this whole thing? We're going to find out as we continue on with this tournament, that's for sure.
Wow. Good luck following up on that fight. We move on to the welterweight division as we have the Premier using Nick Diaz. He'll be taking on File Mew, who's using Hellboy Hansen.
Yes, File Mew. We don't know a lot about the guy. We know he's top ranked. But outside of that, he's a very mysterious character. Of course, we know the Premier. This is going to be his 9th live broadcast. So he's got tons of experience doing the live broadcast here with us.
Yeah, we look at these two guys pretty evenly matched. The only thing that stands out is when you're using Nick Diaz, you've got some jiu-jitsu background like the Premier has right here. That's where the advantage is. Everything else, pretty closely matched.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys both have a lot of experience. Like I said, we don't know a lot about File Mew. We know his experience. We know he's gotten a lot. We're going to find out tonight.
in the blue corner, fighting out of Norway, Joachim Hansen.
There's our mystery man, the dark horse in the tournament, File Mew.
In the red corner, from the United States, Nick Diaz.
Of course, the Premier, like I said, 9 live broadcasts, 6-2 so far in his live broadcast appearances.
He said, don't pay attention to the records. Everybody using alternate characters, but guys, they'll both have master belts.
Side go. Fight.
Here we go. The Premier taking on File Mew. By the way, the Premier, like you said, Dickerman, his 9th live broadcast appearance. He's a former Middle Easy Sunday Night Fights champion, and he also holds wins over developers Preston Dollinger and Mark Taylor.
Oh, that Preston victory makes you happy every time you think about it, doesn't it, Fritz?
I get a little chuckle, yeah.
You love it every time Preston loses. Even though you guys have worked out your differences, you're still happy to see him lose anytime you get the chance.
Well, you know, somebody brings it up, I'm not going to shy away from it.
The Premier, one of the early guys in the game, man. He was one of the big names early on as we started these live broadcasts. 9th live appearance here. He'd like to make it 7-2 as far as his victory goes. Here tonight, taking on File Mew, the mystery man. Preston assures us that he's got plenty of experience. He just couldn't prove it.
You can take part in the chat right now, easportsmma.com. Join us in the chat room. Nick Wang holding it down tonight.
And they're chatting away.
If you want, Vic Lugo is around. You can even ask him a question if you'd like.
Absolutely. Victor Lugo, one of the masters behind the game of EA Sports MMA.
And even as experienced as everybody is, you're talking about the guys that are behind the game, so if you do have questions about the game itself, these are the guys to ask.
You know, some of these moves you see in the game, the motion capture may or may not have been done by guys like Nick Lang and Victor Lugo. I'd say may not, if anybody from EA is listening. You know, management types.
Sure. Got a feeling out process going on here between these two.
Crowd in Japan, very silent, just watching the action, appreciating the technical aspects of this fight thus far. This is Japanese rule, 10-minute first round. You got kicks.
Ooh, a big shot right there by the Premier, but Famu comes right back with a takedown.
Stomps and knees are legal, elbows are not.
See what Famu can do down here on the ground.
You know, you got the Premier using Nick Diaz. He's got a great ground game from the bottom as well. We saw Nick Diaz do that himself against the male counterpart of Cyborg. Cyborg doing very well in that match against Nick Diaz. He took him to the ground, thought he'd ride out a nice takedown at the end. Nick Diaz armbars him for his trouble.
Stamina all the way down here, though, for the Premier.
Uh-oh, he's in trouble here. Famu on top, full mounts.
Full mount trying to land some big shots and end this one.
The Premier does not want to hang out in this position. Nick Diaz has got a tough chin, but nobody's got a chin that can take punches from the mount for a long period of time.
If you just keep throwing punches, a couple of them are probably going to get through, and all it takes sometimes is one shot to finish off your opponent.
Premier's got to get out of this position. He's either got to buck out or try and slip out the back door. He does not want to hang out mounted here by Famu.
And right now, he's not doing anything except trying to protect himself.
Yeah, just holding those hands up. Famu looking to ride up higher on the mounts. More control over the body that way.
He's doing a great job at holding on to this position. He's got that high full mount here.
It's almost like Premier's begging him to go for an armbar here. Baiting him, saying, please, take an arm.
Right, I'm not exactly sure what the strategy is, but you could see the head stamina all the way down here for the Premier.
If Famu connects with a few more shots, he's going to finish this fight.
One clean shot, that'll be it. He's trying to sneak a clean one through.
Premier doing everything he can to cover up, but he is not really attempting to escape this position as of yet.
That's it. One big shot, like we said, and there was the big right hand, and that finishes off the Premier as Famu, our mystery man, comes away with a win here and Rise to Greatness.
Well, Preston proved himself right. We didn't have any details on Famu, but he was victorious, taking out the Premier in pretty quick fashion. We know the Premier's no joke. This guy's got win after win after win. He's been in the live broadcast so many times before, but he's taken out tonight in the first round by Famu. There it is, just an accumulation of punches on the ground.
The winner by knockout, Joachim Hansen!
Our mystery man coming away with the win. He was stunned early on in this one, but just ate the punch, got a takedown, and once he got down on the ground, even though it looked like the Premier had the better submission skills, he showed off that he had the better ground game, got in control, wore him down, got full mount, finished him off. You can look at the shots here. 71% of his strikes landed. You're talking about 56 more strikes overall connected for Famu.
Yeah, he just pounded away. Premier just covered up. He never tried to get out of that position, so Famu just dominated him and eventually finished him off. It wasn't outwardly exciting, but it was a victory, and he advances in the tournament now.
And that's all you want to do is take the least amount of punishment. You want to advance, and he comes away with a good win there.
Rise to greatness continues.
Our third fight on this part of the broadcast, middleweight division action as the Rush gets set to take on Take Notes.
Yeah, the Rush is a green belt master. Take Notes, a purple belt master. So both guys a ton of experience in the game. Like we said, everybody's reached master level at this point. The Rush with over 800 wins. You look over at Take Notes, over 1,000 wins for himself. And actually, Take Notes, he was kind enough, Fritz, to go ahead, put a little hype together for his fight coming up here with the Rush.
And we'll look at the numbers between these two guys. Both of them boxers. You're not going to expect much when it comes to submission skills. Both guys very good when it comes to stand-up and especially high health for both of them as well.
Yeah, you see very high health for both guys, so you got to believe this is going to be a stand-up battle. If it does go to the ground, both guys have great ground games. You're probably just not seeing them looking for arm bars. They're just going to look to punch the other guy in the face when they get it down there.
And for both of these guys, you're talking about second live broadcast for each of them. And by the way, The Rush, he is one of the most hated men in all of EA MMA.
I wonder why people hate him. What does he do? Does he go in there and troll?
Mexico, the producer.
That is Take Notes. He is not one of the most hated men in EA MMA. That will be The Rush, who's going to be coming out next. Got the community turned against him, huh?
From the United States of America, Road Warrior.
By the way, Middle Easy does not suck.
Oh, is that what he says? He says he's the former Middle Easy Sunday Night Fights champion. Well, I can see where this guy draws a little bit of heat from other guys.
You look at the records between these two guys. Over 800 for The Rush, over 1,000 for Take Notes.
Side go. Fight!
Here we go, The Rush taking on Take Notes. By the way, The Rush, even though he's a hated man in the EA MMA circles, he's dedicating this fight to his dad, who is watching the show tonight.
That's awesome. I think that's very cool. You know, the great thing about EA Sports MMA is these guys, they can get into it online. When they go to the fight in the game, something can come with guns or different bullets or machetes. You're just going to go out here, you're going to duke it out, and the better man's going to win. I think that's pretty cool.
This guy's not wasting any time with the action here.
Second live broadcast for The Rush. Works as a lifeguard.
Well, the good thing for The Rush is at least he has one fan in his dad. I don't know if anybody else is rooting for him in this fight, though.
He's a lifeguard. He's probably got some fans.
Maybe.
Ladies like the lifeguards. It's pretty impressive the lifeguards can still be cool after David Hasselhoff was one for so long. You think that would have made it uncool to be a lifeguard?
Yeah, but say what you will, but the Hoff was living the life on that show.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Well, you don't hassle the Hoff.
No.
Nice strikes there by Take Notes.
You'd think he'd have shaved his chest being a lifeguard. It would have slowed him down, all that chest hair.
Yeah, but in that era, they liked the chest hair.
Yeah, but it slows you down. I knew people that shaved their legs in high school.
Yeah, but they were racing bikes. They weren't
that was
saving
racing,
people in the water.
No, I was racing water. I was swimming. I was swimming racing.
Yeah, but he wasn't racing in there. He was just trying to save lives.
You got to get them to him quick. They're dying. Take Notes is on the
He's
back.
not doing the butterfly while he's in there.
He's got both hooks in. People are cheering right now. The Rush is in a bad spot. Take Notes on top. Both hooks in. Raining away punches in the ears.
Landing some big shots right here. Total control right now.
We're talking lifeguards, and Take Notes is taking it to the Rush.
The Rush is trying to protect himself here, but he's quickly getting worn down by some big, heavy hands.
His dad's probably not very happy with his position right here. Rush has got to slip out the back door. He's trying right there, but Take Notes maintains that position. And the Rush he's in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. Stamina for his head is all the way down.
Take Notes trying to flatten him out here. Now he's got the full mount.
Full mount.
Rush doing everything he can just to try and survive right now.
Good circles, and that's it. Couple extra shots after the bell, but a big left hand finishes this one off. Take Notes comes away with the victory.
You can hear the cheers in the EA chat room and on the message board as the Rush gets taken out in round one. Pretty dominant fashion there from Take Notes.
That was a systematic win right there as he just broke him down, got the position he wanted, took him apart, and then the big shot at the end there finishes off the Rush.
Our apologies to Mr. The Rush. It's unfortunate they had to see a beating at this level, but luckily it's only a virtual beating.
The producer.
Take Notes looking dominant here tonight in the first round of Rise to Greatness.
Lost his first live appearance on the broadcast, but comes away with the victory in his second.
Got those butterflies out. He was ready to go here for this appearance in the live broadcast.
And that was a clinical beating right there. Just kind of took him apart. You look at the numbers here. Look at that. Dominating when it comes to strikes. Overall, he lands 38 more strikes, 54 in total. Most of those punches, a lot of them on the ground. Got the position, stayed in that position, just rode the man's back, wore him down, then got full mount, finished him off.
You see that with experience. These guys with all this experience, they get that dominant position. They don't let it go. They don't get swept. They don't get turned around. They keep that position, and they keep that position until they get the finish in the fight, and that is exactly what the Take Notes did here tonight, taking out the Rush.
One more fight to go in this portion of Rise to Greatness as we go to the middleweight division. Richie Rue taking on Cage Supremacy.
It is a return of Richie Rue, his fourth time in the live broadcast. He is a green belt master, but Cage Supremacy, a very tough opponent going in there against Richie Rue tonight.
Talking about the second live broadcast for Cage Supremacy. He is a master red belt.
Well, that was actually King Psycho, so we don't actually have all the stats on Cage Supremacy. That's why I kind of had to cut myself there.
Welcome to my nightmare.
You actually see the hype video there for King Psycho. Oh!
And Cage Supremacy did not show. Cage Supremacy was actually stepping in for King Psycho. I was looking at some older notes that I had there, but unfortunately something has happened here at Cage Supremacy, not able to make the fight.
I imagine Preston is going to be working diligently to try and put this fight together. I know Cage Supremacy was ready to go, so I imagine he's going to get with Cage Supremacy and Richie Rue, and I think we're going to get that fight put together, if at all possible, here in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, he's going to be working on that, but it's been a great night of fights so far. You look at the three that we've already had on this portion of the broadcast, starting things off early on, JF MMA with a big knockout victory early on over Soup Neck in surprising fashion after it looked like he was going to be beaten. Comes back and wins there. Then Foul Mew with a knockout win over a Premier. And Take Notes with a KO win over the Rush.
Yeah, great quick set of fights there. Everybody looked very dominant. I know Preston's already working there. He's getting on the headset. He's pushing buttons on the computer. He's looking at the Xbox, shaking his fist. I guarantee you, Richie Rue and Cage Supremacy, we should put that together here in the next 10 minutes, I would guess.
Hopefully we will have that. Thanks again to everybody for joining us. For Dickerman, I'm Brian Fritz. We'll catch you soon here on the live broadcast of EA Sports MMA.